Marauders for the Month by lishiee. Chapter 22. Breaking Down. Lily woke a lot more optimistic than she usually did. For some reason, a lot of her dread had gone away. She decided that she could do this. No matter how much homework she had, all she had to do was stay organized. The best way to do that was with a list. Mary and Marlene stumbled around the dorm room while Lily was sitting at her desk writing her list. There was a bit of astronomy homework left, the data and arithmetic homework she would be getting today, and getting the ingredients for potions. At the way bottom, she had a small note about planning a prank. Without needing to say it, all of the girls knew that they wouldn't be doing anything until at least next week. It was definitely not the best idea to do a prank when Mary and Marlene still had detention every night. Along with that, James was onto them. Lily still hadn't told the girls, not having been in a room with them long enough to bring it up. Either way, Lily had a feeling they wouldn't have the map for much longer, so they might as well do one last thing. It had to be big. Once she was satisfied with the list, Lily tucked the paper into her pocket and hopped out of the chair. Instead of getting ready, Mary was rifling through her dresser and picking out pieces of clothes to lay across the top. Marlene popped up next to her, leaving her toothbrush in her mouth, while she helped sort through. "What are you two looking for?" Marlene tossed one of the shirts onto her bed and walked back into the bathroom. "Picking out outfits for Saturday," Mary hummed. "Saturday?" "Yeah." Mary pulled out a pair of pants and held them out at eye level before tossing them onto Lily's bed, along with one of the shirts folded on her dresser. "For what?" Marlene leaned out of the bathroom. "James's party." Shit. Lily had forgotten his birthday was coming up. She leaned over the desk with the paper and scribbled out James's gift before putting it back in her pocket. "Don't worry, Lils, I've got your outfit covered," Mary beamed. Thanks. Lily had never been more grateful for Mary's obsession with clothes. "See you and Dada?" Marlene called from the bathroom. "Yep," Lily yelled, shutting the door behind her and heading off to breakfast. Lily ate her breakfast relatively quickly, catching her friends when she was almost done eating. They all piled in and immediately started causing a ruckus. It put Lily at peace, seeing her friends laughing and messing with each other. Remus and Sirius even seemed to be acting a bit more civil towards each other. The chattering followed her to Dada as she and Marlene walked ahead of the group of boys. How they were still rowdy and insane without the map continued to baffle her. "Oh right, by the way, James is onto us," Lily whispered. Marlene's eyebrows shot up. "Like the map?" "Yeah." "Shit." Marlene rubbed her eyes and groaned. "Since when?" "Since the night of the prank." "What?" Marlene hissed, lightly smacking Lily's arm. "And you waited to tell us until now?" "Actually, the others don't know. I keep forgetting to tell them. And anyway, it was hard to worry about that when you and Mary were at each other's throats." Marlene scoffed. The two of them glanced back at the group of boys at the same time, observing them as they whispered and shoved each other around. "Well, I guess I have to do something about it, don't you think, Lils?" Lily's face split in a grin. "Why, yes, I think so." Marlene smirked and slowly fell back, sending Remus up to the front with Lily. "What's she up to?" Remus asked, adjusting his thumb behind him as he fell into step with her. "Don't ask." The two of them ambled into the classroom and took their spots at the front. They watched the doorway as Sirius and James wrestled each other to get in the classroom first. Marlene and Peter stood behind them, smirking before they extended their arms and shoved the two boys inside. Sirius and James yelped as they crashed down to the floor, Marlene and Peter waving over them smugly. "Sirius is going to whinge all day about that." "Tell me about it," Remus sighed. So far, the list was doing Lily good. As good as it could do before she started studying. During lunch, she had finished off her astronomy homework before heading off to arithmetic, leaving just the 2 assignments assigned today. She showed up to dinner early, like she usually did on nights where she planned on studying, catching Remus and Marlene as well. The three of them scarfed down their food before setting off to the library. Lily was in a pretty chipper mood. Maybe she should make a list every day. Even then, she hadn't even needed to write it out. After this morning, she never had to pull the list out of her pocket. It was easy to pull up a mental image. Sitting at the usual spot on the back, Lily carefully pulled her things out and cheerily spread them out. What could you so delighted? Remus chuckled, joining her in tucking his things out. Finally got shagged, I bet, Marlene quipped. Christ, you lot are terrible, Lily glared at the two of them while they snickered. So she's wrong then? Yes. Marlene raised her hands up innocently, failing miserably to rid the smirk off her lips. Lily yanked her wand out and shot it towards Marlene's hood, causing it to fly over her head and blind her. Okay, Marlene screeched, yanking at the hood and laughing wildly. Pleased, Lily tucked her wand away and continued to sort through her things. The first thing she got started on was arithmancy. It was better to start on that first, seeing as Remus and Marlene were likely to start on other subjects first as well. Arithmancy was also one of her favourites. Not being stuck with a partner, Lily sped through her homework, getting it done in just under an hour. There was even time to read ahead a bit before she started on the data work. It was such a delight to tuck away her arithmancy homework with the sun still shining outside. Merlin, I had no starting idea how our data assignments kept getting worse, Marlene moaned, doodling at the edges of her parchment instead of actually doing the assignment. Need help then? Remus mumbled, not taking his eyes off his parchment for a second. Nah, I'll be fine. I'm off to detention anyway. Tell Mary I said hi. Mary. Oh my god, Mary. Lily could just rip out every strand of hair attached to her scalp. She felt the colour drain from her face at the realization. How could she have forgotten? She wrote a list for Merlin's sake, and yet she still hadn't remembered. It slipped from her mind like it was one of her Nan's cooking recipes. Off to the winds. God, if she had just pulled that list out of her pocket once. When does the detention start? Lily croaked, trying to stifle the sob that was quickly starting to build in her throat. She didn't have time to forget things like this, but maybe there was hope. About 5 minutes? And that was it. It was all too good to be true. Of course the list didn't work. Nothing ever worked when she needed it to. She didn't even try to stop the tears prickling at her eyes. Lils, are you okay? Remus asked, cautiously, gently dropping his quill. I was supposed to meet her for an assignment due tomorrow, Lily whispered, trying not to wail or shout or yell. Oh, shit, Marlene mumbled, taking Lily in as she kneeled over the table, stifling the sobs coming up from her throat. Lily couldn't take it anymore. It had been building up all week. Yeah, there had been a few moments here and there where things weren't so bad, but the dread never truly left. It was like she could feel a small storm cloud creeping behind her wherever she went. Right now, she could feel that same storm cloud floating over her and raining down with full force. The embarrassment that should have come with breaking down in the library didn't come. She was too tired to be embarrassed. She had fucked up. The whole week, she had known all it was going to take was one little thing to break her. Here it was. Shit, Lily, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, Marlene whispered, voice sounding panicky as she rubbed soothing circles into her back for a few moments. The motion stopped as soon as they came. Fuck, if I'm late to this detention, Minnie will skin me alive. Do her data homework, Remus, yeah? Try to make her feel better too, please. Remus grunted in agreement as Marlene leaned down and placed a chaste kiss on Lily's temple before rushing out into the hallway. Come on, Lils, it's okay. It's not okay, Lily wailed. Remus stayed quiet after that, shifting his chair closer to rub the same soothing circles Marlene had been. It didn't help much, though. Lily felt like shit. She was so tired. She was so tired of all the work, so tired of messing up, so tired of not being perfect. Whatever happened to the perfect head girl Lily Evans? Lily? She recognized the voice immediately, wanting to glance up at the glorious girl standing mere inches away, but her head felt too heavy. Oh, love, what's wrong? Lily felt her heart twinge at the nickname, more sobs racking through her body. Nothing. Everything. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid, Lily whimpered. She lifted her hands up and started to tug at her hair, trying to ease the pain acting throughout her body. Don't say that, Pandora gasped, shooting her hands down to cup Lily's chin and scoop her up. Just as she did that, Lily could distantly hear Remus excuse himself to grab a book. You are so smart, Lily. Don't ever say differently. I'm not. I'm stupid. I'm forgetful. I'm a mess. I'm imperfect and I hate it, Lily blubbered, taking no time to wipe the incessant tears streaming down her face. Don't, Pandora chided, lifting her thumb to wipe the tears away from her. You are the smartest person I know, Lily Evans. You are not a mess. The exact opposite, actually. You are order, you are neatness, you are harmony, love. So what if you're not perfect? Imperfection makes you beautiful. Don't hurt yourself when you are everything and more. Pandora gave her one of the softest smiles she always did, and then it hit. Oh God, she likes Pandora. She's liked Pandora since the day she laid her eyes on her. It was so obvious, the way her stomach did flips when the girl called her love, which Mary had been doing since their first year. When Pandora was in the room, Lily could always find her eyes drifting back to her. It was inevitable. There were so many signs, and Lily had ignored every single one of them. She could add oblivious to the list of things she was. At this rate, Marlene probably knew before she even knew. Her mouth fell open as she stared at the girl right in front of her. They hadn't been this close for this long in a while. Lily could make out every feature of the girl's face. They were all perfect in a way that she could never truly explain. There were even faint freckles she had never noticed. She wanted to kiss every single one of them. Please don't cry, love. I like it better when you're happy and smiling. Smile, darling. Lily had been about to fold right then and there. All self-deprecating thoughts flew out of her head at those words. The blush that crept up her cheeks was mortifying. She gave a quick smile to get Pandora off her, hands flying to her face to throw the tears off her face. Thanks, I'm fine now, she smiled weakly, stealthily scooting her chair further away from Pandora so she couldn't smell the girl's perfume. What happened? Forgot to do something with Mary tonight, that's all. We can do it tomorrow morning, I think. She mumbled, immediately sobering up. How Pandora did that to her so quickly amazed her. That's good then. Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen, Lily. Don't be too hard on yourself. Can't have you doing that now, can we? Merlin, she wished she had stayed oblivious for a bit longer. She forgot how red she could get. Being the same colour of her hair was not something Lily strived for, especially not in front of Pandora. Yeah, she mumbled, leaning her face in her hands to cover the blush. It was burning her hands right up. Just in time, Remus skittered back to the table and interrupted whatever was going on between the two girls. The amount of relief that flooded Lily's body was enough to make her want to grab Remus by the face and smother him with kisses. The rest of the night, they all worked in silence, except for the occasional sniff from Lily. The silence was appreciated. The closeness, however... Every once in a while, Pandora's hand would brush hers, causing a shiver to run up her spine. It was absolutely shameful. Even just a curl falling out of Pandora's bun sent her spiraling. Her focus was non-existent, making everything 10 times worse. This time, though, she sucked it up. If Pandora got so close to her face again, Lily wasn't sure what she would do, and she definitely didn't want to find out in the library of all places. Lily had never missed her obliviousness more. The worst part was that she wasn't even sure if Pandora liked her back. There had been signs for that as well. So many signs. What if she was misinterpreting them? What if it was just kindness? What if Pandora had no interest in her at all? What if? Lily was positively going nuts. Thoughts were racing around her brain like cars on a racetrack. New ones joining in at any moment. The whirl and speed of it all was making her dizzy. Alright, I'm going back to my dorm. See you tomorrow, Lils. Pandora smiled, one of those genuine, beautiful smiles, before hopping up and skipping out of the library. Lily's eyes followed her until they couldn't anymore. You're absolutely smitten, Remus mused. I'm not, she retorted, though she She sounded like a small child with her congested nose and small sniffles. Oh, you so are, and you know it. Whatever. Remus chuckled lightly, flicking through his book as Lily pored over her notes one last time. Are you good now? Remus asked, leading the two of them out of the library and into the hall. Yeah, I'm fine. My list was just shit. Lists are never shit, as long as you do them right. Well, teach me then, oh wise one, Remus smirked. Oh, I will. Lily smiled back, feeling calm wash over her. Breakdown aside, today hadn't been awful. I look forward to it. The two walked in tandem back to the common room, chattering away, another moment of peace to tuck safely away into her mind. Hopefully there are many more to come. That's cute. So, yes, I did Marauders of the Month, but next, opportunity knocks. I don't know, I have very few weekends because I avoid social interaction. I feel like I meant to say something. But anyway, I forgot because it's me. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.